Welcome to Cosmic Diaries. This is Priya Kale, your astrologer, and welcome to a brand new week in the skies and here on Earth. We're heading to a powerful lunar eclipse and full moon in Pisces on the 17th of September, which is a very purifying, cleansing, and magical full moon. And this is the first in a series of eclipses on the Virgo-Pisces axis that continue all the way until 2027. Pay attention to what's surfacing this week, and of course I'll have a lot more to say next week as the full moon aligns and the eclipse aligns. But we're in the process of materializing our dreams as much as we're in the process of awakening from our illusions or any sense of past disillusionment. So we need not repeat cycles, but we can actually reach for something that fulfills us on a soul level and materialize a life that brings us a deep sense of meaning and fulfillment daily as we work towards that soul vision. The sun is currently in Virgo, and we're looking at the astrology now for the week beginning September 9th to September 15th. Before I dive into the daily aspects, I'm so happy to have you here, and I hope you stick around for more videos and subscribe to the channel. And of course, this is a general overview of the aspects. For anyone looking for deeper personal insight, please do contact me for a personal consultation. And I am offering a limited time 30-minute introductory consultation to anyone who wants to learn more about my Inner Journey program, which is a 1-year program where we work in monthly sessions for a deep dive into your chart as the sun transits through your chart. So if anybody wants to learn more about that, I'll leave a link below, and do email me, and I'd love to get on a call with you. But with that said, let's dive into the week. On the 9th, Mercury enters Virgo, and Mercury is going to be in Virgo until the 26th of September. And Mercury is currently still in its shadow phase. Of course, the sun is transiting Virgo right now, and the moon enters Sagittarius and is approaching first quarter phase. So more on this in a minute, but let's talk about Mercury. Mercury is at home in Virgo, which means mentally, on the one hand, we're very attuned and able to be more pragmatic and detail-oriented and logical and see the processes and find solutions at best. The only danger with Mercury in Virgo is to not hyper-focus or overanalyze situations or to fixate on a problem or be overly critical of others or ourselves. Pay attention to your mental health. When this energy is not balanced, then it can feel like a lot of anxiety or worry, just nervous energy even. For the next few weeks, we're definitely processing a lot mentally, and we're making a lot of plans. We're having communication, bringing us a deeper understanding. And this really is a chance to have healing conversations and to iron out situations or plans that we've been working through for a while now, because this is also Mercury is still in its final shadow phase for the next few days. Through its transit in Virgo between now and the 26th of September, a lot is going to happen between then with the other planets as well. So life is certainly shifting and changing shape before our eyes. So it's important that we're allowing for this daily process of growth and keeping an open mind, paying attention to our mental health and what we're nurturing and what we're seeding in our mind, because we are creating our reality with our thoughts, words, and deeds. And words can hurt or heal. Will require that ability to work in a team and to think of solutions that benefit everyone involved. Virgo also represents a learning process, and a daily process. So take things a day at a time and keep your mind open and keep channels of communication open, because we're seeing new ways forward and we're learning the perceptions that we're leaving behind and self-limiting beliefs that we're leaving behind, so we can truly start to make progress. Definitely a meditation practice will help you through this time, allowing you to even listen to your inner voice, which is always guiding us. So while Mercury is in Virgo, we can get a lot of planning done. We can really have healing conversations that allow us to bridge a gap of understanding and find solutions and a way forward that works for everyone. 9th and 10th, the moon is moving through Sagittarius. On the 11th, the moon squares the sun in Virgo and reaches first quarter phase. There are no major planetary aspects on the 10th, but the moon does sextile Venus and squares Saturn. So, with the moon moving through Sagittarius and being at first quarter as we move to this eclipse, the first quarter phase is always a chance to move inward and to readjust and realign with ourselves. We're halfway between the new moon and the full moon, so look at what was unfolding at the time of the new moon. And if you've gotten way too far off track from your goals or what you were setting in motion at the time, this is the time to make adjustments and adjust plans and course correct as need be. There's also a need to find a balance between the big picture and to not get too lost in the details, but to find that middle ground. So move inward and reconnect with your inner compass. We don't have all the answers. Life is certainly blossoming and growing and expanding in a big way. Have faith in your most optimistic vision, and then have faith that your next steps will be revealed to you in time. So just take things a day at a time and allow yourself to be guided by that inner wisdom and an inner sense of knowing. And ultimately, with this quarter moon, it's important to remember that life is a journey and this is the school of life. What's important is the wisdom that we're gaining by our life lessons that we're living day to day, and how grateful we are for the life that we've already been given and this journey that we're on. So gratitude would be a powerful and important practice today and every day, but certainly on these days. Gratitude for all things great and small, all your blessings and lessons. And even if you're feeling stretched in any sense, emotionally, financially, materially, hopefully you can see that there are huge opportunities arising as well. And it will just call for us taking that leap of faith and having faith in ourselves and in the greater universe that is working for you, not against you. If you need help, be open to ask for help and be open to receive and give where you can. Then on the 11th of September, at that first quarter moon, Mercury sextiles Mars. We're having important conversations, learning important truths, and at best, these can be really healing conversations, bringing us a deeper understanding of ourselves and of others and the deeper layers of a situation. Then we can start to form up plans and make choices and reshape life as we reach for our goals with a deeper understanding of our needs and what works for us. So communication is certainly opening up and information is certainly coming through on the 11th. And this is presenting us with huge choices. It's bringing us to a significant turning point and fork in the road, because on the 12th of September, the Sun squares Jupiter. And through the month, the Sun and Mercury will be moving through this square to Jupiter in opposition to Saturn. The Sun's already passed in opposition to Saturn on the 8th. And this exact Jupiter-Saturn square took place on the 19th of August. So this is a progression of events that started to unfold at the time, around the 19th of August. And we're stepping into new territory. We're turning a corner. And the planets are forming a T-square in the sky. So there is definitely a sense of tension. And like the wheels are turning in our life. So through all of this, there is a need to stay focused on also, have perspective and have faith in the universe and in yourself, and to have faith in the journey and to keep sight of the bigger picture and a long-term vision, as well as a dream that you're working to materialize. And then not be so caught up on how something plays out or how it comes about. There's a need to leave room for magic. So especially with the Sun square Jupiter on the 12th of September, this is a huge turning point and it's going to call for a huge leap of faith. There are huge opportunities arising, but rather than anything external, this is more of an inner turning point of having, growing in that sense of self-confidence and faith in ourselves that we can never fully know the future. I mean, I say this as being an astrologer, which is funny, but we can never fully know the future. And actually, if I digress for a second, the reason I'm an astrologer is because I certainly wanted to know the future. But if there's one thing that I've learned over the past 18 years is life is a journey and we can only know so much. At best, if we tune into our inner intuition and guidance, then we're guided along, and then life just becomes this beautiful, mysterious journey of unfolding as we grow and we live and we learn. So whatever's unfolding in your life right now, be grateful, Jupiter is the planet of gratitude. Recognize that the wisdom of your experiences, your entire life has led you up to this moment. For better or worse, the past is gone and done. So seek that inner confidence and inner wisdom. Jupiter is in Gemini. There's a need to be wise and learn from our past, but not necessarily judge it for good or bad, nor our future. Gemini also represents choices. So ultimately, this comes down to making wise choices. And there is no wrong choice. It's a matter of whether something works for you or not. And ultimately, we only have to answer to our own conscience. So be honest with yourself. A square calls for that inner resolution, and we're finding solutions and new ways forward. If anything seems to be overwhelming you, or if you find yourself worried about something, that also is a cue to come back within and tune into your inner guidance and find that middle path and take things a day at a time and a step at a time. You won't have all the answers in this moment, but you can have faith that you have what it takes to deal with whatever life is going to bring you next as you turn this corner. You don't know what's going to be around the corner, but with that faith and confidence in ourselves, we're stepping into our future and creating it as consciously as possible with conscious, healthy, constructive choices of where we feed our energy. Even ask yourself if something is constructive and enjoyable and life affirming, or if something just drains you and keeps entangling you into a conundrum that really has no answer, or there doesn't seem to be a way out. Focus on what is constructive rather than anything that's sapping you of energy, is what I'm trying to say. And then trust solutions to whatever you need will come. This is a huge fork in the road. So just be honest with yourself as you make your choices and turn this corner. Incidentally, the moon will be in Capricorn on the 12th, 13th, and the 14th of September, and will make a series of aspects. Pluto is now newly back in Capricorn. We're now in the process of building a new life, but also reshaping life and clearing away past debris and things that are no longer working for us as we redirect our energy towards this life that we're building. We're breaking free of a lot of conditioning, cultural conditioning, parental conditioning, societal conditioning, guilt, even your superficial attachments to success or what something looks like. Emotionally, there's a need for maturity, but also we're reclaiming our power as we consciously release conditioning and the past that weighs us down. Then we can consciously move ahead towards our goals. And with great power comes great responsibility. So don't underestimate your power to make lasting changes in your life right now, allowing you to live and build a life in alignment with that inner truth and reach for your highest goals and for a soul ambition even. So on the 13th, the moon makes a series of aspects while in Capricorn, and then finally will conjunct Pluto at 3:35 a.m. before it goes void on the 14th morning, and then it'll enter Aquarius. So 13th, as the moon moves to Capricorn, the energy is definitely very luxurious, and it's also very productive. It's also a great evening to be socializing, whether for business or pleasure or for both. Be making breakthroughs with creative projects, any project that you've been working on, or perhaps a romantic date night. But things are getting serious now with the moon in Capricorn. So stay aligned with your goals and your integrity. Then you can find support where you need it and communicate honestly with partners as you build towards your dreams and goals. But whatever's unfolding here, there's a real sense of making progress with something and finally starting to see the rewards and reaping the rewards of something that we've been putting time, work, and effort into. This is something that's been building for a long time, perhaps as far back as January, maybe longer. But the energy is rich and lucrative and sensual, and we're deepening commitments, important commitments now, solidifying commitments, and life is stabilizing. And there's a real sense of, watching our dreams take shape before our eyes. The moon in Capricorn, there's just that need for maturity and being true to ourselves and our integrity as we move ahead. Then on the 14th, the moon enters Aquarius, and this feels like a great lightening. The mood is light. The moon isn't making any aspects on the 14th. Once it enters Aquarius, we are moving to a buildup of a Venus trine Jupiter just after midnight on the 14th here in New York. So there are huge opportunities arising. The energy is creative, inspiring. Love is in the air. Our hearts are expanding, and there are huge opportunities arising that can really expand our worlds. There could perhaps even be windfalls or sudden changes in fortune. And there is the sense that we're being called to take a leap of faith and to have faith in our heart and to trust a journey. That said, if at all you're experiencing something, the other extreme of a situation, and feeling overwhelmed by something, trust there is a gift here for you. And with the sun currently in Virgo, there's deep healing on offer for us. And whatever you most need and desire right now, whether it's love, money, material support, inspiration, advice, guidance, emotional support, whatever it is that you need, you can draw it into your world. What's needed is just detachment. Put whatever you need out there, but then remain detached and be open to receive and trust that, we're gravitating towards our tribe. Be true to your values and be open-hearted. Then you can really make the most of this energy. And when it comes to relationships are certainly, we are moving to a full moon, so are deepening, growing, expanding. The more freedom we can offer and acceptance we can offer others that we need as well, we can find a balance. And again, to find a balance with somebody else, it starts with us finding that peace and harmony within our own hearts. So stay connected to your heart and dare to follow your heart as this aspect aligns and as you move to the full moon now. So 15th feels very social and exuberant almost, the energy. Move slowly, stay grounded, then you can really channel this into something that's really breathtaking. And on the 16th, overnight the moon will square Uranus and then enters Pisces at 5:39 a.m. So we're certainly reaching a breakthrough as we enter the 16th. And once the moon enters Pisces, we're now heading to this full moon in Pisces on the 17th. And I'm going to have a lot more to say about that next week, but I will touch on the 16th in this reading and say, now emotions are really rising. If the emotional tide is rising, stay as balanced as possible. And that's why, as we move to the 14th, 15th, definitely our hearts are expanding. We're seeing possibilities, opportunities as we move to the full moon in Pisces, which is a sign of magic and dreams and fantasies and the movies and music and mystical experiences and cosmic consciousness. But it's also the sign that represents Maya and illusions and, the darker addictions and other toxic substances on the shadow side. Ultimately, with Pisces, it's the cosmic ocean where everything dissolves into oneness. And it's the great void out of which everything is born and everything will return to one day. We're in the process of realizing our dreams, materializing our dreams, but that will also mean releasing any illusions and fantasies consciously and to close old cycles consciously and to let go of especially any unhealthy or perhaps toxic cycles that we've been in. This is not about anybody else in our life. This is about us finding healing within ourselves. The sun is in Virgo, the sign of healing, and Pisces, the sign opposite Virgo, sign of cosmic consciousness, is also, it's that divine healing energy. So this full moon is a very purifying lunation, and once the eclipse aligns and the moon reappears, we're going to officially be in eclipse season for the next 2 weeks. This is a time when fated developments unfold. Life tends to get busier, time tends to accelerate. We're aligning with our destiny. So pay attention to what is surfacing as you approach this full moon and after the full moon, because you're going to see things in a whole new light. But whatever is unfolding now, you can trust that there's a higher divine plan in motion. And the best that we can do is surrender in faith to a greater divine vision and allow ourselves to be vessels for this divine spirit that flows through us. allowing us to heal and release the past as we step consciously into our future. And it's not about living the dream in some future, really. It's about recognizing that we're already, in a sense, living the dream right here, right now. And if we aren't happy with our lives or any aspect of our lives in any way, then this is a chance to really take a look at our lives deeply and to look at what we need to let go of so we can start to live a life in greater alignment with our soul. So it brings us that deeper sense of fulfillment on a daily basis and gives back to the world in a meaningful way as well. Virgo being that sign of selfless service, Pisces being the sign of God. We're here to do God's work. The more we can humble ourselves and drop the ego, we can be instruments for that divine vision. And then magic can happen through us. So I'll stop there for now, but this is a powerful week, and we're seeing our dreams come to life. As painful as it may be to lose our illusions at times, reality in truth is way more beautiful, sublime, and divine and beautiful than we could ever imagine. Above all, these are lessons of unconditional love with Virgo and Pisces. As you can see, it's a big week. Our emotions are growing and we are growing, hopefully maturing and blossoming, and as is our life around us. Be grateful and have faith, and I will catch you again next week. And of course, if you haven't signed up to the channel already, do sign up now so you don't miss the next notification. Till next time, I send you love wherever you are. This is Priya signing off from New York. Namaste.